Yeah, I agree completely about this idea of irreverence, especially because you're dealing with characters who, like Sagarika said, are not like Gandhi, whose life was so transparent. He spoke about everything, and one thing that you cannot deny Gandhi is his the weightage that he gave for transparency to talk about anything and everything, which is also one reason why he's a whipping boy for those people who are antagonistic towards him, those who are his political rivals, or those who want to see him as a wrongdoer to this country. So maybe that's one reason a lot of people, like Machiavelli said, same is the case with Kautilya. They all said, don't reveal your secrets. So politicians essentially are not people who, unlike Gandhi, don't reveal their secrets. They don't talk about even those things they can share with others. So I think it calls for, therefore, the unlike those people who write biographies on Gandhi by interpreting whatever he had said and often misinterpreting him, and it's very well known that Mahatma Gandhi in South Africa fought for the rights of the Indian community and not for the blacks. And you don't. I mean, both Gandhi skeptics as well as admirers of Gandhi, if I attempt to write biographies or make comments, make a huge mistake of not placing Gandhi in that historical context, and also acknowledging that he's capable of making mistakes. Of course, one might argue that a Mahatma should not make mistakes, but he was human after all. But he was a very transparent human being. So again, coming back to biography, you don't have characters like Gandhi. You don't get those kind of characters like Gandhi often. And I mean, the only person who I've seen has come anywhere close to Gandhi in terms of transparency is Mike Tyson, whose biography I read. And Mike Tyson says that, at one point he says he has no qualms about revealing anything that he had done. Which he continues to do, and he has come out with a new volume, the updated version of his biography also, in which it's so funny that he admits he was asked a question by his co-writer, and it's an autobiography in which he got a writer to write along with, and he was asked a question, and that why do you have bodyguards? So he says, I didn't hire bodyguards to save myself from the public, but to save the public from me. So this kind of transparency you might find only in such people. I know, a lot of people in it. So therefore, it is incumbent upon potential biographers to see the agenda of these politicians and to see the message behind these agendas, and
because they shouldn't be allowed to get away with telling us what they want to write.
Yeah, which is often the case.
I mean, that they want a particular image of themselves to be conveyed,
Yeah.
and that's what the information that you get. Now, why should a biographer fall for that?
Yeah, which is again the case with one condition that I have found most often. It has become a trend for families to share papers of those people whose biographies they want to be written. Is the condition that it is going to be an official biography or an authorized biography in which you are going to let us vet whatever you have written, and not let anything that we don't seem appropriate to be part of the biography. So it's unlike what people think biography is. It's not an easy task. Writing a biography is a rigorous process in which you have to, especially in India, Sagarika is right about openness that you find in a lot of other societies. Even when you look at even biographies by Putin, biographies of Putin, written by Masha Gazin and a lot of people, in those societies that we say there is great suppression of freedom of speech, and the media is under threat all the time, journalists are killed and all. They get a lot of people, especially in bureaucracy, and also among the rival political parties to get to speak, and even off the record they manage to get a lot of things, which is not the case with a democracy like India. So definitely a biographer in India is faced with a lot of odds if the intention of the
Yes.
biographer is to write the truth. So again, like, is it part of our culture? And Mahatma Gandhi is also part of a culture, and he taught us that transparency is the most important thing, and we are using it as a tool to target him, so many years after his death, and so many years after his birth, and
When it was a source of his strength, actually,
Yeah.
that his life was an open book.